with a Zillow agent profile.
Beautiful. I cannot wait to show you guys.
You can get it.
If you are a man, Winston, you are the last man. Your kind is extinct. We are the inheritors. In George Orwell's 1984, humanity has taken a drastic and almost total slide into totalitarianism. Man is now governed by three ideologically identical superstates. In the novel 1984, we follow the life of Winston Smith. Today, however, we'll discuss the world building and lore of the dystopian alternate history. However, we can't ignore Winston totally. He's the conduit in which information is passed to us, the reader. It's through his eyes that we experience 1984's London, and I say this importantly because one of the novel's key themes is death of the past and control of reality. The party uses censorship and propaganda to an almost unimaginable degree. We can't be sure whether everything Winston learns is true or only a fraction of it. Perhaps ironically, the history we can be most certain of is still made fuzzy by time. It's the history told by those old enough to remember the pre-revolutionary era. Human history in Orwell's universe matched, or was at least very similar to ours until the early to mid 20th century. It seems like Earth still saw two major world wars pretty similar to the ones we experienced in our reality. However, post-World War II, the globe sees a worldwide slide into authoritarianism. There were civil wars, revolutions, traditional fighting between powers, and at some point there was the emergence of three distinct superpowers. These were Oceania, Eurasia, and East Asia. Oceania was broadly formed through the joining of the British Empire and the Americas, Eurasia through Soviet conquest of Europe, and East Asia, the remaining territory. At some point, there was a nuclear war between these powers, as evidenced by atomic impact zones in London. Winston gives some memory of his childhood. Let me read. Winston could not definitely remember a time when his country had not been at war, but it was evident that there had been a fairly long interval of peace during his childhood, because one of his early memories was of an air raid which appeared to take everyone by surprise. Perhaps it was the time when the atomic bomb had fallen on Colchester. The timeline is a bit unclear here, but it was probably the destabilizing effects of the nuclear war, which